Welcome back to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise and focus on the knowledge that, well, really matters.
That's the plan.
And today, we're diving into something pretty critical, kind of the invisible shield of our digital world, data security.
Absolutely essential topic.
I mean, just think about it for a second. Every text, every online purchase, every photo you share, all that critical business info.
It's all data.
Exactly. And it's growing like crazy. But there's a dark side to that growth, right? This constant wave of threats.
Oh, yeah. Sophisticated cyber attacks, those sneaky insider threats. And you hear about these massive data breaches almost daily, it seems. They can just cripple a company.
It really feels like a constant battle just to keep things safe.
It is. A never-ending one.
And that's exactly why data security platforms, DSPs, have become so important.
Indispensable, really.
Yeah, and these aren't just, a random collection of tools. They're more like the central nervous system for protecting sensitive information.
A unified command center, you could say.
Right. And for keeping up with compliance in this, frankly, really complex digital landscape. So our mission today for you listening is basically to give you a shortcut. Help you understand the core bits that make these platforms actually work.
What makes them tick?
Yeah, and maybe shine a light on some of the top players, the solutions, really defining data security as we look towards 2025.
It's not just about the tech itself, though, is it?
No, not at all. It's about understanding the strategy, how you build that fortress around your really valuable digital stuff.
Precisely.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. When we talk about a really effective data security platform, what does that actually mean? It can't just be one silver bullet, surely.
No, you're absolutely right. It's definitely not just one thing. Think of it more like building a secure digital city.
Okay, I like that analogy.
You don't just put up one wall around the whole thing, right? You need layers.
Infrastructure.
Right. Roads, guards, alarm systems. Exactly.
Yeah.
So effective DSTs, they're built on several core components, pillars, you might call them, and they absolutely have to work together in concert.
To protect against what? Access misuse?
Yeah. Unauthorized access, misuse, theft, the whole lot.
Yeah.
And the foundation, where everything really starts, that's data discovery and classification.
Okay. Discovery and classification.
Yeah.
So finding out what you have first.
You got it. Because, you can't protect what you don't even know you have.
Right.
Or understand how sensitive it really is.
Makes sense.
So DSPs automate that process. It used to be incredibly painstaking manual work. Now they find and categorize pretty much every piece of data.
Like what specifically?
Well, for instance, they'll automatically find personally identifiable information, PII, that's your names, addresses, social security numbers, that kind of thing.
Okay.
They'll spot financial data, credit card details, bank accounts, crucial intellectual property, maybe trade secrets, product designs.
Right. The really valuable stuff.
Exactly. And critically, they flag regulated data. Information that falls under laws like GDPR, 8Pay, CCPA in California.
Ah, the compliance angle again.
It's huge. And what a lot of people maybe don't grasp is it's not just knowing what data you have, it's understanding the liability tied to each piece.
Oh, interesting. So you can prioritize based on risk.
Precisely. It lets organizations focus their efforts, their resources, where the risk is actually highest. Be proactive, not just reactive after a breach.
That's fascinating. So it's like mapping out every street, every building in our digital city, figuring out which ones hold the crown jewels before we even think about guards or alarms.
Perfect analogy.
Okay, so once you know what you're protecting, what's the immediate next step? How do we make sure it stays private?
Right. That brings us straight to the next pillar, data encryption.
Locking it up.
Essentially, yeah. It's transforming that data into an unreadable format, scrambling it.
So even if someone gets in...
Exactly. Even if someone gains unauthorized access, without the specific decryption key, the data is just, well, it's gibberish, completely unintelligible.
Okay. And there are different types of encryption.
Yeah, we mainly talk about two kinds. There's at-rest encryption that secures data when it's just sitting there stored on servers, databases, hard drives.
Okay.
And then there's in-transit encryption. That protects data while it's moving. Across networks, like when you're sending an email or browsing a secure website, the little padlock icon.
Right, HTTPS and all that.
Exactly. Modern DSPs use really advanced encryption standards. You often hear about AES, the Advanced Encryption Standard.
Military grade, right.
That's the one. Globally recognized, very strong. And for cloud storage, many platforms offer flexibility, like bring your own key or BYO solutions.
Giving organizations more control.
Precisely. So encryption isn't just about hiding data. It's really fundamental. It's Creates this layer of trust and ensures privacy, even if the worst happens, like a breach. It's your last line of defense.
So our data's mapped out, it's securely locked up with encryption. The next logical step feels like, well, controlling the keys, right? Who gets in, who doesn't.
Absolutely. That's the critical role of the next pillar. Access control and identity management.
Okay, access and identity.
Yep. This one is all about controlling who can access what data and under what specific conditions.
So not everyone gets access to everything.
Definitely not. DSPs enforce robust, role-based access control RBAC. That means your access is granted based on your job role within the organization. Need-to-know basis.
Makes sense. Prevents people from stumbling into sensitive areas they don't need.
Exactly. And these platforms integrate tightly with what are called identity and access management, or IAM systems.
Okay.
This allows them to combine various ways of proving who you are, authentication methods. We're talking more than just passwords, obviously.
Right. Passwords alone are not great anymore.
Not really sufficient, no. So we had things like biometrics, fingerprint readers, facial recognition, and multi-factor authentication, MFA.
Like getting a code sent to your phone.
Exactly. Something you know, like a password, plus something you have, like your phone, or something you are, like a fingerprint.
Okay, here's where I think it gets really interesting. I read about behavior-based authentication. That sounds almost futuristic.
It is pretty cutting edge, and it's becoming more common.
The idea that the system knows if something's off just by how you're using it, not just a static password or a fingerprint, that feels like a whole new level of watchfulness.
It really is a potential game changer. Behavior-based authentication constantly monitors user actions, looking for anomalies, things outside the norm.
Like what? Logging in at 3 a.m.?
Yeah, or maybe suddenly trying to access a whole bunch of files they've never touched before. Or logging in from, I don't know, a completely unusual geographic location.
And the system flags that.
It can flag it, yeah. Maybe require extra verification or even alert security personnel. It adds this extra dynamic layer of security that adapts. It's not static.
That's cool.
It is. So ultimately, this whole pillar, access control and identity, it's about preventing unauthorized access, making sure only the right people handle sensitive information. It shrinks that potential attack surface significantly.
Okay, so we've covered identifying the data, encrypting it, and controlling who gets the keys. But what about preventing the data from just walking out the door?
Good point.
It's not just about stopping external intruders, right? Sometimes the danger is internal, accidental leaks, or even malicious insiders.
Absolutely. That's where data loss prevention, or DLP, comes into play.
Big time. DLP, preventing data loss.
Exactly. These tools are specifically designed to stop sensitive data from leaving the organization's control, whether it's accidental or deliberate.
How do they do that?
They actively monitor and control data flows, how data is moving around.
Okay.
So they can block suspicious activities, like someone trying to email a confidential spreadsheet to their personal Gmail account.
Right, or copying files to a USB stick.
Or copying sensitive files to an unapproved USB drive, exactly. Or maybe uploading critical company documents to a personal cloud storage service like Dropbox or Google Drive, if that's against policy.
Got it. So it enforces the rules.
Precisely. By enforcing these data handling policies automatically, DLP helps organizations maintain really tight control over their sensitive information. It prevents those accidental leaks, which happen more often than you'd think, and also guards against malicious attempts to steal data.
Okay, but even with all these defenses, discovery, encryption, access control, DLP threats are always evolving. Hackers get smarter.
They certainly do.
So what happens when a sophisticated attack does try to get through, or maybe even succeeds initially? You need to spot it fast and react instantly.
You absolutely do. And that's the core idea behind the next pillar, threat detection and response.
Detection and response. Makes sense.
DSPs use incredibly sophisticated systems here, often powered by artificial intelligence, AI, and machine learning, to identify unauthorized or malicious activities, basically in real time.
AI is playing a big role then.
A huge role. It's crucial for spotting patterns that humans might miss. This includes anomaly detection.
Like the behavior stuff we talked about.
Exactly. Flagging unusual behavior, like maybe a user account that normally only accesses marketing files suddenly starts trying to access the financial database, or someone accessing files way outside normal business hours.
Okay.
It also covers insider threat detection more specifically, monitoring employees, contractors, anyone with legitimate access for signs they might be misusing that access.
That must be tricky.
It is, ethically and technically, but necessary. And if a potential threat is detected, The system generates real-time alerts to the security team.
So they know immediately.
Yes. And what's truly fascinating here, especially with the AI and machine learning, is how these systems are constantly learning. They get better over time at spotting the subtle, evolving signs of a threat before it turns into a full-blown crisis.
Can they do anything automatically? Or just alert?
Many platforms can trigger automated responses too. Things like automatically isolating the affected data or temporarily disabling a compromised user account to stop the bleeding, essentially. Minimize the damage right away.
Wow. That rapid, intelligent response sounds absolutely vital. Okay, this all sounds like a lot to manage. Discovery, encryption, access, DLP, threat detection.
It is a comprehensive approach.
Especially when you throw in all those different regulations you mentioned earlier, GDPR, HIPAA, CCPA, PCI DSS for credit cards. How do these platforms help companies navigate that legal and compliance minefield?
Yeah, that's the final essential pillar we need to cover: compliance, audits, and reporting.
Ah, the paperwork part.
Kind of, but it's critical. Many industries, like healthcare and finance, face incredibly strict data protection rules. And messing up doesn't just mean bad PR. It can mean huge fines, legal battles.
Right, serious consequences.
Definitely. So DSPs are specifically designed to help organizations meet these legal requirements. They do this by continuously monitoring how data is being handled, making sure it aligns with the relevant policies.
Okay.
They generate detailed audit trails. So if regulators ask, you have a record of who accessed what data, when, and what they did. Accountability.
That sounds incredibly useful for audits.
It is, and many platforms provide pre-configured compliance templates and reporting tools tailored to specific regulations like GDPR or LOPIA. It makes demonstrating compliance much easier.
So for you, the listener, if you're sweating bullets about staying compliant, these platforms can really help.
They significantly simplify adhering to those complex rules. It gives peace of mind and, crucially, reduces the risk of those costly penalties and legal headaches.
Okay. So we've basically walked through the essential blueprints for building and securing our digital city. We know the core components now.
The pillars of modern data security.
Right. But what does this look like in the real world with actual tools? What are some of the standout platforms that are really, making waves in 2025? The ones bringing these pillars to life?
Yeah, it's a really dynamic landscape out there. And like we said, the best platform really depends on what an organization specifically needs. But we can definitely highlight some key players and what makes them stand out.
Great. Let's hear about them.
Okay, start with one called the Low-Ticks. They're really strong on AI-driven policy automation and intelligent data access control.
AI again, so automating those access rules.
Exactly. What makes Velocica's AI policy automation really powerful isn't just that it's efficient. It's that it dramatically cuts down on the human error factor in managing access.
Which has always been a weak spot.
Historically, yeah, one of the biggest vulnerabilities. So Velocica uses AI to intelligently automate those access policies, helps ensure compliance with GDPR, EPIA, CCPA, and it's built to scale across really complex data environments. It truly excels at simplifying that governance complexity.
Okay, that AI governance sounds like a real strategic advantage, moving beyond just manual checks. But what if your main worry is securing the actual pipes the data flows through, making sure those digital highways are locked down tight?
Right, network security. For that kind of focus, we should look at Nord Layer.
Nord, like NordVPN.
Built on that expertise, yes. Nord Layer focuses on secure network access, providing end-to-end encryption specifically for your data in transit while it's moving.
Okay.
They really emphasize a zero-trust security model.
Zero trust.
Meaning, basically, trust no one by default. Every user, every device has to be verified every time before they get access to resources. No implicit trust based on being inside the network.
Got it. Stricter verification.
Much stricter. And they use that strong AES 236 encryption we mentioned. It's designed to be versatile for companies using a mix of cloud and on-premise systems, and they boast about rapid deployment. So great for organizations needing robust network security quickly.
Okay. Now, what about developers? They're building apps constantly, juggling things like API keys, database passwords, all those secrets. What's out there for them, offering really granular control?
Yeah, that's a specific and critical need. For that audience, HashiCorp Vault is a definite leader.
HashiCorp Vault, focused on secrets.
It's exactly. Secrets management, encryption as a service, and identity-based